almost missed it. Folks, we're back after a one-day hiatus because someone held out, just like a couple wide receivers, because he wanted to do a show on 420 because he's a pothead. And that guy who wanted to hold out till 420 is sitting to my right. Damn it, I messed up again. He's sitting over there. His name is Kevin Capstick, and he will tell you all about it. Kevin, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's my second week of consecutive weeks off, so it's great.
That's it? That's all you're going to talk about with nothing else? Like,
I have nothing else to talk about.
Okay.
I was a little upset. I didn't realize that until it was too late that Raw was in Buffalo, and I was a little upset about that.
Yeah, we probably mentioned that
sooner.
I didn't write about that, or didn't put that in the rundown, but anyway, I want to start off with this because you really don't know NASCAR. You might have seen it because from my story, but I'm going to show it. I'm going to share this with you, anyways. Where's the Chrome tab? Here. Let's watch this. Let's touch the finish here. What the hell is going on? Okay, I guess that's all as big as I'm going to make it. But,
one chance.
He
lost his nose a little bit on the 8. He's right on him.
He's there. This
Will
could
he
be
go
big.
for a slide job?
He's
This is
gonna slide
it.
job
There
him
it
right
goes.
here. Here he goes.
Win for it. Down to the bottom. Slides up into him. Who's going to save it? Neither one. They both spin out. Kyle Busch. And Kyle Busch is going to win barely. Steal.
Yeah. So that was my pain Sunday, but I want to get your reaction to that and fair and foul what you think about that.
So not knowing much about NASCAR, it was kind of douchey. I mean, first you take out the one guy and then you don't win it. Like, I mean, I guess that's one thing to take someone out for the win, but then you take them out and you still don't win. I don't know, just kind of, I don't know. That's my gut reaction to not knowing about NASCAR.
Well, there's some speculation he may have wrecked himself. Like it looked like he had it saved, but then he's like, "Yeah, I'm not winning like this," and he just actually took himself out.
Oh,
but,
okay.
We don't know if it's for sure or not, but this was minutes before I went to work. I went to work in early just so I could watch it without missing anything. As you see, I got the Reddick hat, which side has the 8 on it. I was so happy he's about to get his first win, and then I hear guess it on Reddick's radio, and then a 4-letter word that rhymes with duck, and I just collapsed. I just went I went down to my knees, and I was like, "You've got to be freaking kidding me! Like this is we've waited so long, and this is what's gonna happen." But yeah, it sucked. It really sucked. So that's my. Honestly, I cannot think of a bigger heartbreak in my life than that. So I'm gonna bring it up. Biggest heartbreakers. Let's start it off, Kevin.
Oh. Talking sports related, biggest heartbreak, sports related.
I don't want to hear about your ex-girlfriend or whatnot, Kevin. I don't care.
Alright, no, alright. Oh. So, biggest heartbreak, probably have to go with, I know surprisingly, I'm going to take the Bills versus Texans playoff game as a more of a heartbreak for me. I was sitting there watching that game with my family, and that game, oof, that was a rough game. That's a heartbreak. And I know probably like the 13 seconds is probably what you could think of more. But that's an immediate, that's a recent thing. But that 16-0 lead, man, that was something. That was a heartbreak.
I was ready to fight someone that night, honestly.
Oh.
Because that should have been a touchdown after the second half kickoff. He flipped it forward. He never did it. Like, you can't. It's not a dead ball.
That's a heartbreak.
But I would if you're gonna go between the two, you had to take 13 seconds. Yes, Buffalo might have lost a 16-0 lead, but there's no way they had a shot at Super Bowl.
No, but still, that to me is a. But still, Yeah, 13 seconds is definitely one of them that's up there. But that's an obvious one. I wanted to pick one that was a little outside the box and a little bit. Another like heartbreak was during the COVID year when the NHL was like, you know what? There's the Buffalo Sabres. We're gonna make the cutoff right before them. Another one because I think the Sabres would have done some damage in that inverted um, playoff system. But that was another just like, you know what, just take it Sabres and shove it kind of things that I feel like all sports leagues do to Buffalo.
Yeah, and as you both know, what Edge said, I'm sure that just pours more salt in the wound. So
Yeah, and that's something that like I didn't watch Raw and I'm regretting it, and I wish I did watch it. Um, but it looked like another good show. Like we're talking 3 straight weeks of good Monday Night Raw. Like that doesn't happen. And for it to be in Buffalo with such a loud crowd, from what I've seen, it's good for the city, and it's also good for WWE as well. Um, but if I could think of a heartbreak in wrestling, it would have to be the Shawn Michaels Undertaker, the version 2 of Shawn Michaels' last match. That would probably have to be for wrestling for me.
okay, so I'm gonna go off the mat.
Okay, do it.
I'm gonna go at the time. Not really off the mat, but it didn't happen in the match. It was at the time. I'm gonna go Roman Reigns when he announced his leukemia came back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess this more goes along the lines of sadness more than heartbreaks. But you can hear like, damn, for a guy who gets booed on the regular, and they said this on WWE Evil. I don't know if you got to that episode yet. You could hear they were booing him out of the building when he walked in. You could hear a pin drop when he announced that.
It's one of the more sad moments in recent history for WWE.
I remember just sitting there like stunned. Like I did have tears in my eyes because like you see a guy every week and now he's in a battle with cancer. Like that sucks. Now, my turn. We are. I think 13 seconds would be the NFL's biggest heartbreak. And when it comes to MLB, can I say 2004? Even though I don't really remember it. I mean, you blow a 3-0 lead to the Red Sox, and I think he's frozen. So I'm just gonna have to vamp here. But what just happened? But yeah. But more recently, I'd have to say probably 2019. Yankees get back into the game. They tie it, and then freaking Altuve hits a home run to win it. I mean, it sucks even more because it is Altuve who is a piece of you know what. I'm not gonna say it there, but and then NHL, I think. I really don't have a lot of memories of the Sabres. I really don't.
Yeah.
Most of our memories of the Sabres from. You can't really consider a regular season heartbreak for them because they haven't had that close to playing.
No, I guess one of the biggest heartbreaks would be, for me, is when they were going through their initial rebuild, getting rid of Thomas Vanek, Ryan Miller, Jason Pominville, Derek Roy, Tyler Myers, like all those players that like was the Sabres back in the early 10s. I would have to say that, or the lottery when the Sabres lost the lottery. One of those two things would be the heartbreak. Like the Sabres tanked so hard for that, and for the Oilers to win instead of the Sabres, like that was rough. And then not to mention who the hell we got for the next 7 years.
I think we're still in 11 years of hell. But I'm gonna go off the Sabres here because
Okay.
you know how much I teach Yoshi. Anyone who is close to me knows how much he means to me. Like I'm a big Yoshi fan. Like I share every time he scores a goal.
Yep.
Granted, at the same time, same thing for Bryce Harper when he hits a home run, but that's the point. So I have to go back and look at 2016, 2017, both being eliminated by the Pittsburgh Penguins. That that sucks because you knew that team was a freaking juggernaut, winning the President's Trophy both years. But it just made 2018 that much more sweeter.
Yeah, that reminded me, probably the Sidney Crosby game-winning goal in the Olympics. That was probably that hit, and like the fact I remember vividly that goal happening, and then the Olympic break was over, and the Sabres went to face Pittsburgh, the first game back in Pittsburgh. And like they always do, they announce the players who were on each team and gold medalists and things like that. And in Pittsburgh, Ryan Miller got cheered for the Sabres, and Sidney Crosby got booed in a Pittsburgh uniform.
Please tell me this video of that, because I want that.
Oh my gosh, I've watched it numerous times because like that's just amazing. That's Sidney Crosby's a Pittsburgh boy. I mean,
yeah, he's Pittsburgh through and through for how long now? I mean,
but he
drafted
was booed.
2005.
Ryan Miller was cheered, and Sidney Crosby was booed. Like that moment was great, but the moment that happened to cause it was kind of that was a rough moment in sports.
Yeah, you can send me the link afterwards. I'll watch it later. But I think it's time to move on. All right, we both saw the news today and yesterday. McLaurin, AJ Brown, they're gonna hold out. Debo wants out of San Francisco after not securing his bag. I'll let you start.
I'm not surprised by the Brown holdout. I feel like Brown is a really good talent, and he's kind of being his talents, I think, are being wasted on a team that is definitely run heavy with a below average quarterback, especially compared to the quarterbacks in the AFC. Like he is not Tannehill is not as good as any of the other quarterbacks in the. He might be the 10th best quarterback in the AFC.
They don't rank them. Let me go back and look.
And then you have Terry McLaurin, who last year was kind of obsolete, but again, you didn't have a quarterback, so maybe Carson Wentz makes that a little better. But Debo, the issue with Debo, kind of surprising a little bit because the Niners have come out and said that they will pay him, but that he's not interested in playing in San Fran. So where does that take him to? I'm seeing a lot of people that say that New York, he's going to go to become a Jet, and I don't know what that does for the Jets, honestly. Like, yeah, it makes them better, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, from what I've heard, it's going to be a first rounder, definitely high picks, maybe a 1 and a 2, and then and then a valuable player, a starting caliber player. I don't know what that is. I see a better landing spot maybe being Dallas being a better landing spot, or I hate to say it, but maybe even New England. But interesting in how the NFL is becoming more and more like this. It's somewhat of a new thing for players holding up to the contract, but you see many star players. We're talking just wide receivers, but then you could talk about Jordan Poyer. He held out. He's going to come into optional practices in Buffalo. So, but that's my thought on the wide receiver holdout.
So, with Debo, you talk about. I'll start the trade because that's where you had most of your stuff with. They talk about. I don't know who's going to utilize him like he was utilized in San Francisco. It's definitely not going to be Bill Belichick because he's just going to be a generic wide receiver on that team, just like everyone else. I don't see him going to the Jets and being that wide back he was. It's just you go and look. Randall head up, but I mean, the best place for Debo is going to be in San Francisco, and he had one great season, and it was last year.
No, hands down, scary thought. Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, I could kind of see him being utilized as a wide back like he wants, but
that would be scary. That'd be a scary, scary offense.
But
Very
the
scary.
only reason why he had so many receiving yards is because they moved him around a lot,
Yeah.
and you're not going to have that if you're that just a wide receiver like he was.
Well, they could definitely use. Imagine a backfield where you have J.K. Dobbins, you have Debo, Lamar Jackson as your back three, and then you have Mark Andrews and Marquise Brown. Like that offense could be so much. And I know this just popped into my head like right now, but man, that would be scary.
Yeah, but going through all the offenses, those are probably the two offenses that would work with him.
Yeah, that would probably be the only two that could really do some damage. I could see maybe Chicago. They'd have to change up their offense a little bit, but I think him and Fields could do some kind of thing with him. But they do have a number one back, but you could definitely have him in sweep motions. You could have him lining up. You can do all those things with him, just maybe not as a premier running back like the Niners used to miss.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing if he goes to Baltimore though, he's going to have to wrap him in bubble wrap just to keep him healthy, just like every other offensive player in the team, because they had a lot of problems with that last year.
Yeah.
But as far as now, let me get to AJ Brown and Terry McLaurin. I don't even think he brought up Terry McLaurin, but McLaurin has put up a lot of great numbers for having going through. What was it? A couple years ago it was Alex Smith, Taylor Heineke, whatnot. Last year it was Fitzmagic and Heineke. Like, he has not had a consistent quarterback since he's come into the league.
Not at all. And that's why I think Carson Wentz might be able to do for him.
Yeah, I think Carson Wentz is going to be the best quarterback he's had in his career so far. Now we go to AJ Brown. There was that little moment that Tannehill might look great, and that's probably what's screwing the Titans now because they paid him like that, and now he's gone downhill. But AJ Brown is, I would take AJ Brown over the other three. I mean the other two receivers. He's the best of that three, I believe.
Absolutely, he's the more typical wide receiver. He's big body, he's fast, he can go jump up for. He's more your traditional wide receiver compared to Debo and McLaurin.
At that same time, I believe he's the one to the least likely to leave. I believe he's got that loyalty. He's that team leader in that locker room. He's not going to leave Tennessee. With being traded, I will say being traded. He will leave in free agency if it comes to that. But as of right now, he's not going to ask for a trade like Debo.
So I was no.
Oh, and so. I pulled up the. You said Ryan Tannehill was like a top 10 quarterback. Yeah, FanDuel has him at 9.
And I mean, you also have to who's in. So let me just go through the list. You have Mahomes, Allen,
1,
Russell,
5,
Burrow,
3,
Herbert,
4,
Deshaun Watson,
8,
Lamar Jackson,
6.
Is that all the 9 in front of him?
Derek Carr.
But then you have Mac Jones, who's a solid quarterback. Tua, who you believe is going to have a comeback.
I believe Tua is going to. This is his time to show out.
Yep.
I think he's taking a lot more crap than he deserves, and this is coming from a Buffalo fan, mind you.
But you also are a Tua fan, so don't.
I was a Tua fan before he came into the league.
Yeah. So that
Tannehill's above. Okay, let me go through who Tannehill's above according to this list: Mac Jones, Matt Ryan, Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence, Mitch Trubisky, Zach Wilson, Davis Mills.
Wow.
I don't know. Matt Ryan, I don't know how he's going to do in this new offense, but I still have to put him above Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I might even put Mac Jones above Ryan Tannehill.
No.
So I was just getting a little off topic, but yeah, I don't know. The Titans aren't going to be a legit contender without a good quarterback. I mean, you do have Derrick Henry, but as you saw last year, Derrick Henry can only take you so far. I was doing some thinking, and one of the big topics of discussion for the Bills, not the biggest, for this upcoming draft is wide receiver. I was doing some contemplating and just thinking. What likelihood / your thought of Michael Thomas?
On Buffalo?
Buffalo. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because that's a guy that, like...
He's good. He's good when he's out there.
Yes.
But he didn't play a snap last year.
Yep.
So I don't know how...
His contract's not massive. And, like, the Saints are kind of in a weird... I just pulled it up. He's on a 5-year deal. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong. So his contract for this upcoming year.
Kevin, he's got a $13 million cap.
Yeah. Okay.
And if they cut him, they're gonna lose $53 million. If the Saints cut him, it's a $53 million dead cap.
All right, that was just me. That was out me looking at the numbers. That was just like, oh man, this guy has kind of. He's good when he's out there, but Saints are going through something. I don't know really what they're going through. I mean, their team is just But
the Saints are in cap hell.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Cap hell, but they always figure a way out. They're kind of like the Rams.
But next year it's going to be a lot better because when this new TV contract hits, the cap's going to explode. And that's what a lot of these teams are banking on. I think I've said that before on the show.
Has to.
Yeah. So
just a thought that I had. Just I don't know the realisticness of it, but like that's a solid number 2. I mean, like that's solid number 2.
It's a solid number 2. All right. I'm going to put on my Yankees hat here because it's time for me to take over for about a couple minutes here to talk about New York.
Absolutely.
So, I want to know where this Yankees offense is because it hasn't shown up at all this season, really. Besides after the Boston series, they split Toronto, 2 games, and then they went to Baltimore and lost 2 games to 1. Absolutely got annihilated Sunday. Late in that game, where the Orioles scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th to win 5-0 against the Yankees. But they came back yesterday, scored 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the first, and then scored 1 run the rest of the game. This team needs to wake up sooner than later because if they don't, this team is going to end up not making the playoffs. And I feel like it's going to be more false hope from this team the later we go. And if we get right the ship now, it's less chance to mess this up later in the year, which they still can because it's baseball. It's very streaky. But, I mean, Yankees have gone win-loss every game pretty much this year. And they need to fix that if they want to win number 28, which... Please tell me number 28 is coming. And I can see Kevin shaking his head, so we're gonna go back here. Unmute yourself.
I don't see it happening. There's a lot of good teams. The AL is hard. I mean, there's a lot of teams in the AL that's gonna do really well this year, and Yankees are one of those middle range, lower. You're talking a team that has to fight for it. So they definitely have some adversity. Again, there's one of those middle range teams that but there's 6 of them that are right there with them. So it's a long season, but so it's definitely gonna be an interesting one by September, November time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the AL East is going to be a dogfight this year with 4 teams that have an absolute shot to win in the Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, and Rays. So I mean, it's going to be a fight to the. But now, Kevin, are you ready? Yeah. I have this all set up for us. Let's see where. Let's go here. Share screen. Chrome tab. It is now time for our mock draft. But I don't see anyone trading up to number 1. I am in the firm belief that Jacksonville should, but it's not going to happen.
The value isn't there this year, I don't think, for a number one trade up.
No. But with that being said, I think Aiden Hutchinson goes number one.
I agree.
All right, now the Lions. This is where you have to kind of question where things go down. I think Aiden Hutchinson's the true number one, and when it comes to the Lions, we don't know what they're going to take.
No idea.
At that same time, I don't see him taking a quarterback this early. I don't think they're going to take a linebacker this early, and then definitely I don't see him taking Kyle Hamilton. I think Kyle Hamilton's not going to come off the board yet.
Well, I'm thinking almost. I know this is probably a little outside the box, but maybe Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, I know his draft stocks it's dropped a lot since when since like last year. He was scouted as being the number one draft pick a year ago. But there's some personality things going on with him, I believe. I don't know that much about NFL draft prospects, but that's what I heard. But also, like, beefing up your offensive line, like, that's never a bad thing.
Yeah,
like,
I'm kind of leaning
solid offensive line. That guy right there.
I think Evan Neal goes first.
Oh, I could see Evan Neal going first too. Yeah.
So Evan Neal goes to the Lions. Now, I have not doctored this, but everyone that I've seen use this has laughed at this. Look at the needs for the Texans.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That is not like that's so messed up. But
I see what I could see here is I think your first trade. I could see a trade happening here. I
With
think
who?
I'm on. I am definitely Team Davis Mills. I think he's one of those players that could come up and be a Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill kind of quarterback. Nothing great, nothing amazing, but a good, solid NFL quarterback. So I could see a trade. But again, we're talking, is it a bad idea to get an offensive lineman here? Like, no. Yeah, I could see an offensive lineman being taken here. I could see a safety being taken here. You have Kyle Hamilton. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things.
Like I said, like they say, every position. So we're gonna help Davis Mills out. They'll take Kwanu. The Jets. I think they take the corner. I think it's gonna be Sauce Gardner.
I agree. It has to be a corner. I mean, that offense, that AFC East just got packed with wide receivers.
Yeah, especially they're going to need someone to cover Stephon Diggs, Devontae Parker, Tyreek Hill. I mean, it's just there's no way you can't. There's no way the Jets can escape this without getting a good corner, and I think Sauce is definitely that guy. Now, when it comes to the Giants, I think Kayvon Thibodeau is the guy here.
I could see that happen, but you have to think about the same route. So it is Brian Daboll. He came straight from Buffalo, and if well, I can't even think of his name right now. Their quarterback's their guy.
Daniel Jones.
What are one of the first things that Buffalo did? And it was stack that offensive line for him. They already have receivers, so I could see an offensive lineman coming here. But you can't go wrong with Thibodeau. I mean, again, he was a year ago the number one pick. It was a year out, but that was who people had going. So 5, I could see that happening.
Carolina, I think they go Malik Willis. I think that they're the first ones to jump because they need to. Matt Rule's on the hot seat after how many years he's been at the helm of Carolina. They need to make a move because Donald didn't work out, Newton didn't work out. They haven't had a real quarterback, and so you have to throw. It's my saying. You have to throw poop at the wall and hope it sticks here.
Yep, and this might give them some more time too. Well, I just drafted this quarterback. Let me develop and let me see what he is from a year from now. I mean, I think that's the easiest thing to do.
Now, when it comes back here, I think they could take an O-line, and I think it's going to be Charles Cross at 7.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think the Falcons are taking a quarterback.
No.
The more I think about it, the Falcons could trade out of this.
They could trade out of this. Who do you have them trading with?
Well, it says teams interested in pick, and there's 2 of them here, so.
What's the second?
Could it be? It's Baltimore or Houston.
I could see a trade down scenario, but who would Baltimore be picking here, though? What kind of is Baltimore moving up 6 picks ish, right?
Yes.
They could definitely get a safety. Their corners are trash.
Yeah, maybe I'm. Oh, do they need an edge? Yeah, D-line. They move up for Trayvon Walker. I could see this. Because Trayvon Walker's, he's a guy who's come up that board a lot, and I firmly this could be this. The more I think about it, the more this actually makes sense. Which I don't know why that is accepted, because usually they give up like a 4th or something. First, you should have to get more than that, I believe, but no, I'm not gonna. We're just gonna, because this is only a 1-round thing, so
it won't matter honestly what happens after that.
No. So Baltimore's on the clock, and I think I've convinced myself that they're gonna end up being take Trayvon Walker here.
Yep.
So Baltimore is the first team to trade up here. So then we have Seattle. I don't know what I was thinking here. I would say tackle, but we pretty much drafted all the tackles, and they're not going to reach for Bernard Raymond.
No. I could also see them getting. Yeah. I mean.
Is it going to be Derek Stingley?
I mean, it could be, but they need so many other more needs than a corner. Like, but what's on the board, though? I mean,
with what they really need, because they're not going to draft a quarterback this early.
No.
I don't think they're going to go. They're not reaching for Bernard Raymond. George Karlaftis is in play, I guess, but I think if they want a guy, it's definitely going to be Stingley.
I mean, at this point of the draft, I mean, that's a steal at pick 9.
And then the Jets, we have.
You see a safety. I mean, I think they get a safety. I think they go Kyle Hamilton.
No, the Jets need a wide receiver here. They need to help Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I think it's not going to be Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams is coming off an injury. It's either going to be Drake London or Garrett Wilson, and I'm leading towards Drake London.
Yep.
And then the commies. Do they reach for Devin Lloyd here? And help out that linebacker core, help out the defense.
I could see a reach here for center.
You think Tyler Linderbaum?
I could see that happening here. I mean, if they trade back some, I mean, there's other teams who are center needs, so they can't go back too far. But who are the options at this trade that's not showing up for me? Cardinals,
Arizona, State, Pittsburgh, Dallas, and Cincy.
I mean, and quite a bit.
Yeah, so I guess.
I mean, if that's your guy, I mean, if that's your.
Yeah, you just gotta take him here and hope he works out, because I don't think if you fall back, you're getting him.
Yeah, if you fall back, yeah, I agree. If you go back, you're not gonna be able to get him.
So okay, Linderbaum goes there. Vikings.
What does our offensive line look like here? I mean, there's not much that's available. I guess
Yeah,
you're
not reaching for any of these guys down here. Maybe they go Kyle Hamilton because I think he's not the corner they need, and maybe he pairs well with Harrison Smith.
He could, yeah.
And who knows how long Harrison Smith has left.
Yeah. What did we draft the Texans earlier? They trade out of their one. No, we didn't trade out.
Ikem Ekwonu. I don't think you go.
See them. Yeah, because for them, this wide receiver draft is so good.
Yeah, there's so much depth.
Decent players. There's so.
And the Texans have a lot of picks left. Like they have the second rounder. They have a second round. Like there's all these picks left here. For them, they can go and get a receiver then. So I'm kind of leaning towards edge. I think they go George Karlaftis here.
Yep, I can see that happening.
Atlanta, I think.
Got it. So they're not gonna go. I keep on saying things where they draft a receiver, but I could also see them drafting a quarterback here at 14. There's only been one off the board.
I don't see them drafting a quarterback this year. I think they roll with Mariota this year.
Oh, wow.
Maybe next year. Next year there's supposed to be a stronger quarterback class than what there is here. I don't think you see a quarterback come off the board. The second quarterback come off the board until Pittsburgh.
You think Pittsburgh takes it? Okay.
So I think it's going to be Trent McDuffie. Get that corner they need with the pair with the guy they had. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, he's a stud though. Yeah. Who is that guy? He's good. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah, you can look it up while I continue here. Philly. Wide receiver?
Right.
I gotta go Devin Lloyd. I think.
Yeah.
I think he. They need a linebacker to help that team out, and Lloyd is definitely that guy. Saints. This is I can see Bernard Raymond going here, but at the same time, do they want to get a wide receiver to help out?
AJ Terrell.
Yeah, that's who it was. I can see him going Bernard Raymond, but at the same time, Garrett Wilson's slid here, and they kind of need a wide receiver.
Yeah, I can see it, wide receiver.
And Raymond might be there in 19.
Who's above him at wide receiver?
Jameson Williams. But he's coming off an ACL injury, so they might not take him.
Okay. Yeah, I can see Garrett Wilson go there.
Now, when it comes to the Chargers,
You gotta take the tackle, right?
yeah, I think Bernard Raymond actually goes next. We're so stupid.
Oh, they have Dean going here, linebacker.
No, they already drafted a linebacker.
Oh, I was on my phone during that last pick.
Yeah, thanks. So they take another wide receiver, right? Does James Williams go?
They could.
Use another first-round pick and a wide receiver.
I mean, offense is what runs the league currently. I mean, if...
All right, we're doing it. Okay, New Orleans. Oh my God, why is this ADP so high? I don't know.
I started the draft so much more last year than I did this year.
Cause I feel like the draft last year was easier to tell than this year. Like this year, anyone could go anywhere pretty much, and that's what's going to kill a lot of teams. I feel like.
I mean, we have to take a receiver earlier.
Yeah, they took a receiver earlier, so I think they just have to bite the bullet and go Tyler Smith here. Get the tackle they need.
So
I think Pickett goes now. I think Pittsburgh drafts their college there. Kenny Pickett comes back to Pittsburgh and stays, and he'll develop behind Trubisky for a year.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Patriots, I don't do they take Nakobe Dean or do they take Devontae Wyatt? Or Jordan Davis? It's one of these three guys here. I don't think they go wide, or do they go wide receiver?
I don't see wide receiver. They just got Parker, and I like Dean here, linebacker. I mean, they have some old linebackers, so getting a younger guy in the mix, I think, isn't a bad idea for them.
Okay, then the Packers. I think the Packers do go wide receiver here. Make sure they have that guy that they need going forward.
Yeah.
Especially they got to replace, since they have to replace.
Yep.
Devontae Adams.
Like that. Oh, is the guy gonna be there for us?
Now, who do the Cardinals take? Oh, defensive. They need an interior defenseman. I think they go Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis had an amazing combine, and I think that's what's going to help him here.
I was kind of hoping he would drop to Buffalo, honestly, but I mean, his skills there, so yes, of course, take him. I mean, just because I'm a Bills fan doesn't mean that we should keep him for the Buffalo pick.
Cardinals. I mean, this is Cowboys.
This could be a trade-out position for the Cardinal. Do you mean to pick
Tyler Freifogel.
That's what you think they're gonna pick?
No. They need the L, so maybe they'll take Devontae Wyatt. They'll take whoever the Cardinals don't take when it comes to defensive.
I can see that.
Interior defensive men. And then Buffalo.
Man, you have Booth sitting right there. I think it's a solid corner. But I mean, there's also there's also a safety on that list that I just saw that I mean, picking a safety I don't think it's a stretch. I mean, if the value's there.
I don't think they're not taking Lewis Stein. I don't think they don't need a safety yet. I think they'll cross that bridge when it comes to it.
But also, what's the linebacker situation look like right now? Because I know people do not like Tremaine Edmonds, and so
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. But just like, what is there right now? Nothing.
No.
Okay, so nothing's there right now.
Yeah, they're going corner. I think it's gonna be. I think Andrew Booth is the right pick. You know how much I bet on. They have to draft a corner here. Get the CB2 behind Tre'Davious White.
What's the running back looking like right now? So I know it's also another big thing that fans want. They want a running back. And I mean, you have your pick of running backs.
Yeah. But I don't think you're taking one this early.
Where's Isaiah Spiller on this list? Holy moly. That guy runs our franchise league.
Yeah, but it's also fake football. Good job. Fifth round pick.
I think that's some talent, 5th round, honestly.
All right. Tennessee.
They definitely take a running back here. Just kidding. I think they got to get a guard, right? I mean, it's there on the table for them.
Zion Johnson?
I mean, then afterwards drops. I mean, so the value's there for this player. And again, offensive line is never a bad. It's a boring option, but it's never the bad choice. And then you have that Travis Jones.
Yeah, we got. I'm trying to get going here so we can kind of finish within the hour, but
Yeah, no, that's fine. They can't take another receiver here.
No.
But
Trevor Petty may not be a bad option here.
They get another quarterback.
Yeah, go get another quarterback.
I like this option here for a tackle. They have to go right receiver here. Oh, they have back-to-back picks.
They have back-to-back picks, so yeah.
I mean, you do have to replace a safety that you just lost too.
Yeah, so maybe they pick up 2 Georgia players in Lewis Sign and George Pickens. I am big on Pickens. I don't know why his ADP is so low. You know what? We're gonna help him out. George Pickens, you're gonna go first, just to piss everyone off, and then Lewis Sign. The Bengals.
Oh, they're gonna skip.
They need
offensive lineman again.
Yeah, they need to work on the.
They can't, right? I mean, that's what killed them in the Super Bowl, and almost killed them on the divisional round too. So value's not there for interior offensive linemen. What does tackles look like?
Worse.
Again, tackles even worse.
So I guess they take a guard here. You can't. You absolutely have to if you're the Bengals.
You need something. You need to show that like you're willing.
And I'm gonna pause here because no one's gonna care, but the Bengals have to do something.
They have to.
We saw what happened to Andrew Luck, and that's why he was kind of like, I'm retiring. They haven't really worked on the offensive line. I'm tired of getting injured, and and if you don't work on the line, it's going to happen again.
Yep.
And then what do we have the Lions the first time? I know he didn't get a quarterback. Okay, Evan Neal. Okay.
I mean, so wide receiver is very much possible here.
Yeah.
But I mean, also fixing a cornerback mistake they made 2 years ago. I mean, also there.
Sam Howell?
You could go Sam Howell. How long is I don't know how long that Jared Goff deal is.
Let me look it up. You vamp while I look this up.
Yeah, but the Lions are very interesting to me. I think I like the Lions more as a team than a lot of other NFL teams currently. Their potential, I think, they were in a lot of games last year when they weren't supposed to be. And to me, as a fan of the Buffalo Bills, and they've been crappy my whole entire life. Seeing a team that's also been crappy, but also in every single game, and just the desire to win, and their players and their head coach crying after a win. Like, what kind of guy
loss.
cries?
Loss.
Oh, it was a loss. But I mean,
Goff has 3 more years.
Oh, so I don't think you see a quarterback here.
I think it's Tyler Elam. I don't think Sky Moore goes this early because.
Yeah. Okay.
Personally, I would love to see Sky Moore go here because of I'm a Mac fan, but at the same time, I don't see it happening. I think it's gonna be Tyler Elam.
I can see that, especially because I can't think of the guy they drafted, but he stinks. They drafted him at like number 4 a couple years ago.
3.
He stinks. 3 stinks. He's garbage. So this would give him, I guess, a better chance. The guy that stinks a better chance to develop, maybe behind a younger and better corner.
I don't care. Get off me.
Whoa.
There we go. The worst mock draft of the year.
Yeah, probably. Like I said, I didn't scout. I didn't do anything looking into the draft this year. I just had no interest to. I mean, it's just so everywhere that I don't even know.
It's so everywhere that I don't care. I just don't watch.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't care.
Kevin doesn't watch college football.
No, I don't. I wish I could get into it. I just can't. I wish I could. But
you have one in your backyard. You don't even go. Not literally.
That's my front, anyways.
All right. You know what time it is. It's unfortunate time to listen to Kevin.
I'll go real fast. So, Sabres this past week had 4 games. They went 3-1. They beat the Flyers twice in regulation. Beat down on Maple Leafs. It was 5-2. They got destroyed by the Blues. I think that was 6-2. But the Blues, they're a contender. So, that's no need for concern. Owen Power came up. He looked calm, cool, and collected, which is all I really would want for him coming in. And then you have depth scoring like Andre Bjork. I think scored 2 goals on Sunday after being scratched for it feels like forever. You have Vinny scoring a goal. You have Casey Middlestat looking good. I'm excited to see a full healthy season with him next year. Maybe at a limited role, maybe third line center. I think that'd be a good fit for him. And then down in Rochester, Jack Quinn did the nastiest shootout goal I've ever seen in my life. People are considering it not legal. I can see he did stop his forward momentum. But ruling on the ice was a good goal. So not much you could do. Yeah, I mean, that's hockey for you. I can have Zach pull up the Vegas standings, but as it was a couple days ago, Vegas had one less game than the team ahead of them, but were 3 points out. So let's see what it is tonight. They're facing the Capitals tonight, which is not an easy feat. Yeah, so same. They have 77 games with 87 points. Dallas Stars has 76 games with 91 points. So even with a win tonight, Stars are still out 8 points. Stars face Edmonton, which won't be easy either. Then you have Vegas facing Capitals, which would be interesting. But the other night, the Vegas lost 3-2 against the Devils, which is kind of funny. With a nasty goal, which was ultimately the game winner. And I'm just going to pull up some stats right now.
Top. I got the standings.
Yeah, so as you can see right there, they have one less game played. Game played. One more game played. Oh, I was looking at that wrong. Wow. It's almost looking like they don't make the playoffs this year. And I think that is good. So Jack Eichel has 29 games played, 12 goals and 9 assists with 21 points. And then the Sabres don't play until tomorrow. They have a huge break. And then let's go to Alex Tuck here. Tuck has 46 games with 11 goals, 25 assists, and 36 points. Peyton Krebs has 53 games played, 7 goals, and 15 assists with 22 points. Numbers aren't great, but then you consider something that Sabres fans are harping on for the last couple of years is Taj Thompson not producing, and he has 74 games played, 36 goals, 27 assists, 63 points. That was part one of the trade. Ultimately, the Sabres took a second rounder that they got from Vegas, from the Blues, and got Colin Miller, and that he's been a solid player on the blue line. And that first round pick, they drafted Ryan Johnson out of Minnesota. He should be up on Rochester next year, and he's looking good down there. I think he's averaging half a point a game as a defenseman. He took his team as the #1 blue liner to the Frozen Four in NCAA. So I mean, it's there for the future for defensemen. The defenseman core is going to look insane, but that's it. I said it was going to be short. It's going to be looking insane for the next couple years.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be super happy when the Capitals, hopefully, knock on wood, they pass Pittsburgh and they won't have to play. I think it's going to be Florida, who will be the #1 seed for Eastern Conference.
The Eastern Conference, that looks, it's not good for anyone in there. But I have a little bit of an announcement. So today I got a phone call from Orchard Park, and I just got my season tickets for the Buffalo Bills for next season. So that's very, very, very exciting. I can't wait to go to 8 home games and then 3 playoff games to a Super Bowl. That's what I'm ready for. we talked about it last week about what I'd rather get season tickets for, and I said the Sabres. Well, I got Bills ones, and I probably can't convince you know who to get Sabres ones too. So
yeah, you think? I don't think you're gonna.
Stuck. I might just be stuck with the Bills ones, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna. They're about the same price. Aren't they about the same price?
I don't know. I didn't look into Sabres, but the Bills ones, it was honestly not bad.
How much?
It was $500 per ticket for the season.
Per seat, you mean? Not per ticket?
Yes, for a seat. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but...
No, it's not that bad at all, and especially if you want to think that I went to 3 games last year. I went to the 2 home games against the Patriots, and then I went to the rain game. The rain game was against the Texans. And between those 3 games, I spent more money on those 3 games than I did buying the season tickets. So, that being said,
yeah, but your the second Patriots game it's not an extra cost. It's not included with your season ticket.
Yeah, it's not. But there's discounted tickets and first dibs on.
Yeah, you have first dibs because you're a season ticket holder.
So that's definitely an advantage, and you have like the benefits with the parking, and so it's exciting. Something that I didn't think I was going to do this year, but it's in the 300 levels, which I don't love. But the only way to move down is to first get the tickets, and then next year you have a better pick at the lower bowl. But
I don't know. Like, it sucks being up there because it was cold, yes, but I didn't feel it when we were there in January. And the other thing, it's not a bad view up there.
I have 8 games, so I have 8 games to love it. So, and like, there's gonna be I'm sure there's gonna be games where I'm not gonna be able to go to. So I'm gonna be looking for people to buy the tickets off. And so, I mean, if your name's on the list, the name's on the list. I mean,
I'm an A-lister, mother.
Yeah, I mean, it's only gonna be $200 a ticket, but I mean, that's fine.
Jesus.
Gonna make my money's worth now.
$200 for a freaking maybe 75. Let's see, 500 divided by 8.
It's $80.
Yeah, you're
$80 ticket. So, but it was exciting. It was something that was spur of the moment, and I mean, something like that shouldn't be spur of the moment, but it was definitely spur of the moment, and can't regret it now because how can you?
Spur of the moment when it's a $500 per seat.
Per seat.
You and your fiance. So I mean, it's just
yeah. It was fine. It was I still have some left over my paycheck, and last week I didn't work, so suck it.
Yeah, I've been thinking at home not making money, so yeah, I mean I could just do this, right? No.
Taxpayers going to work, tax dollars.
I gotta figure out
very, very well.
All right, we'll talk more after because we're getting an hour and I gotta go to the bathroom soon. So, folks,
right,
that'll do it for MCP 420. And again, he wanted to do 420, not me. Just to let you guys know, he's gonna go blaze it now that we're going off air. But he's been Cappy. I did it again, son of a B. He's been Cappy as down there. I am ZT McAdoo at ZT McAdoo right there. Instagram. Almost said Facebook, but I'm not. That's not a Facebook thing. That's Twitter, and I'm screwing up everything. That will do it for us. Again, go Bills, go Bulls, go whatever. Yankees. Reddick, please, this weekend. Let's get it done, buddy. It sucked last week.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I'm not blaming Briscoe. It wasn't. It was. I mean, Reddick's on his radio. He would have done the same shit. So I mean. And I'm allowed to swear there. I quoted him. In a court of law, you're supposed to quote them. So don't get off me if you're going to be mad at me. But, yeah. So that'll do it. Thanks, folks. It's been an hour.